Hello everybody, my name's Gillian Godden and I write crime gangland books. Today I would like to share with you a little snippet from Fool's Gold, which is my new release which has recently come out, and this is the sequel to Gold Digger. Anybody who'd like to buy it, they're all available on Amazon in Kindle, Audible and obviously paperback. So here's my little snippet for you today. So this is Jack and Uri with Gillian Godden. I've been waiting for you. I needed to see you before I go. Apparently, I'm in Ireland. I went yesterday. How Carlos manages this is beyond me, but who cares? Ralph opened the French windows that led out onto the balcony. We can talk here. He reached out and held Julie. I've been so worried about you, Julie. This whole job has been one catastrophe after another. Carlos was nearly killed. It seems he had the worst of it. But I hated leaving you. I wanted to come back. I needed to come back. I didn't want you thinking I'd deserted you. Still holding him close, she whispered in his ear. I was afraid I'd never see you again, Ralph. Relief washed over her as they held each other. She needed to feel the warmth and strength of his arms around her to reassure her. She never knew how much until now that his calming presence against their feisty and brash ways made her feel at ease. This was the man she loved. This was Ralph Gold, and she was going to be his wife. You're never getting rid of me, Ralphie. Even when I die, I'm going to come back and haunt you, she laughed. Although they both knew she had been frightened. This job had been much for her to handle, and the fact that nothing had gone as planned didn't make it any easier. They'd all been frightened. It had been too close for comfort, but Ralph's admiration for Julie had escalated. She had kept her head and carried on with the job, no matter what. This strong, single-minded woman standing on her bare feet wearing only a toweling bathrobe was his whole world. Suddenly, their lips met. No words were needed. The passion of their kisses became more ardent with each one. This bond between them could never be broken. Ralph never wanted Julie to be frightened again. Julie would always be at his side. She was his wing woman. She had proved that. She'd seen the job through, not knowing whether he or Carlos were dead. She must have had doubts, but she was as strong as she was beautiful, and she was going to be Mrs. Gold. Their lovemaking was silent but frenzied as they clung to each other with all of their might. But it was all over too soon. I have to go, Julie. We all need to have separate, strong alibis. Do you have to go so soon, Ralph? Yes. As I said, I'm not here. He was between a rock and a hard place, and she didn't want to make it any harder. So that's it then, Ralph Gold. A quick shag on the balcony. Bloody hell, thanks a lot, Ralphie. Who said romance was dead? Seeing the smile on his face made her feel better. The last thing he needed was a guilt trip. You know me, Julie. Cut and run. That's my motto. Tucking his shirt back into his trousers and getting himself properly dressed again, Ralph laughed. Julie always made him laugh. He needed her in his life. Now it was just a case of sitting it out and letting the dust settle. Guilt overwhelmed him, but he had to go. I gotta go, Julie. I know. See you later, alligator. In a while, crocodile. Thank you for listening to my snippet. I hope it didn't sound too bad. And as I say, Fool's Gold is on Amazon. Thank you.